morning, Commissioner.
Good morning, Chairman.
First, I'm going to put you under oath, so I'm going to ask you to raise up your right hand and then respond. And then, for the record, can you please, after I put you under oath, state your name and your position or your title? Please raise up your right hand. Do you swear or affirm under penalty of law that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Please state your name and your title.
My name is Aniceto Ogurmoro. I am the Acting Commissioner for the Department of Public Safety.
Thank you, Commissioner. I would like to turn it over to our members for any questioning. Representative Tep.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do have question on with the Acting Commissioner on some of the documents submitted to the Duces Ticum. But given that there's prior discussion with the attorney besides the gentleman and our attorney, I'm not quite sure how the good commissioner would like to respond to questions relative to the subpoena. Is he willing to proceed?
Representative, I believe before our witness can answer, we need to pose the question first. So you're in line and you may proceed.
Representatives, I would just like to make a continuing objection for the record to the subpoena and the subpoena Duces Ticum.
I've been waiting for you to respond. But,
thank you, Representative.
And we have yet to swear in already. Okay, so
only the witness would be sworn in.
And that's why I was asking the good commissioner if he's willing to proceed with the questions on the subpoena documents that we received from his office.
Commissioner, I think the question Representative Tep wants to ask is whether you are willing to answer questions regarding the subpoena Duces Ticum that you were issued, meaning you were asked to present information, materials, reports, and so forth, documents, which you did. Are you willing to answer any questions relating to those materials?
I do.
Thank you. You may proceed, Representative Tep.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. May I ask Mr. Commissioner that there are, we ask that you provide a list of DPS personnel involved in the escorting of former Attorney General Buckingham on or about August 3rd, and to include some of this list of personnel, not limited to transport from Aquarius Hotel to the Saipan International Airport. Are you aware of all the personnel involved, DPS personnel involved in the escort of the former Attorney General from the Aquarius to Saipan International Airport?
Yes, sir.
We also have It's okay to proceed.
Yes, sir.
We also have report, and I'm trying to align the report from the Office of the Public Auditor along with some of the documents that you have submitted on the personnel, DPS personnel involved. How far were, to your knowledge, are you aware of, within the time period August 3rd and 4th, of the personnel involved in the escort of Mr. Buckingham?
Personally, sir, I did not know as to the incidents that occurred on that early morning and the officers that were involved.
Did at one point in time within that time frame the Office of Public Auditor inform your office or any of your other officers that there is an attempt to provide a penal summon to the Attorney General?
Not that I am aware of, sir.
May I ask what is your radio code and what are your other top official radio code, and who is 01 or 02 or for that matter 03, and who is 00?
There's no 00. At that time, it was 01, that is the Deputy Commissioner for now, used to be the Commissioner for the Department of Public Safety, and I will be 02 for now.
I will yield for now, Mr. Chairman, and allow the members if they have any question to the gentleman on the duces tecum.
Thank you, Representative Tep. I recognize Representative Guerrero.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, sir. So you're saying you were not aware of anything that that transpired that particular day?
Yes, sir.
When did you find out about everything that happened?
That was the following day.
Following the how
and
did you,
the news that was out.
from the newspaper?
Yes, and news media.
Media. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
You still have the floor.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, this particular witness did not know what was happening. He found out the next day through the newspaper, just like the rest of us. So my questions are very much answered right now. I don't know if anybody else has anything else.
Thank you, Representative Guerrero. I think we still have other members that have questions. So, Representative De La Cruz, you recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Commissioner Ogurmoro, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
And thank you for joining us today. I wanted to ask, based on OPA's investigative report, on or about August 3rd, were you present at the Saipan International Airport for any reason?
No, sir.
Commissioner, again, I would ask, on or about August 3rd or August 4th, were you present at the Saipan International Airport?
No, sir.
I'll yield for now, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative De La Cruz. Representative Sablan, did you have a question?
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Commissioner, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
You already stated for the record that you have no personal knowledge of what was going on the 3rd or the 4th, and you also stated that you only became aware of it through the newspaper the following day. Is that yes or no? Is that true?
I'm not too sure whether it's following day, but Monday, yes.
Okay.
It was out in the news media.
Okay, let me ask this. Who is in charge of the overall operation of the activities of DPS?
That will be the Deputy Commissioner.
It's 01.
During that time, yes, sir.
Okay. So I hope that you understand you understood my question. I said who is the overall, or let me clarify the question. Who is the overall in charge of or the ultimate in charge of the operations of DPS?
That will be the Commissioner.
The day-to-day operations of
Yes, sir.
and you as the acting commissioner, what is your responsibilities in regards to the operations of DPS?
To oversee all the operations that occurred within the department.
Okay, so again, let me rephrase my question. Who is in charge of the overall operation of DPS?
Commissioner. That will be me.
That will be you. Okay.
Yes,
I asked that because your earlier question was the deputy. So we're clear on that so far, that you are, as the acting commissioner, is the person in charge of the overall operation of DPS, right?
Yes,
Okay. You also mentioned that you're not sure when you found out about the incident. Is it standard operations at DPS that the person at the top is not advised of something, the magnitude of what transpired on the evening of the 3rd and early morning of the 4th?
Yes, sir. The incident occurred early morning of Saturday, and I'm not aware whether that evening that I got that information.
What level of delegation have you extended to the Deputy Director in regards to the overall operation of DPS?
The Deputy Commissioner is the one doing the operation for the department.
And in standard operating procedures, I'm assuming that there is an understanding between you and the deputy in regards to keeping you updated or advising you of what's going on?
Yes, even though I was the commissioner at that time, officially in the record, but I wasn't aware until I received my delegation of authority for.
Okay, I appreciate that. The next question then is this. As the acting commissioner of DPS, would you advise or instruct, order any of your officers in the field to prevent the service of a legal penal summons?
I would if I was aware of it, sir.
Let me answer let me ask the question again. Would you advise any of your officers to prevent the service of a legal penal summons?
No, sir.
No. Can you repeat?
No.
Thank you, Commissioner. Are you?
Thank you, Representative Sablan. Representative De La Cruz.
Thank you, Chairman. Commissioner, just for clarification, on August 3rd or August 4th, were you then the acting commissioner for DPS on those dates, August 3rd and August 4th?
Yes, sir.
The next question that I have is, is it standard operating procedure or for the commissioner of DPS to carry a radio, DPS assigned radio?
Yes, sir.
On those days, on August 3rd and 4th, what radio number were you in charge of or in your possession?
I can't recall that, sir. I can't recall the radio number, serial number. No, I don't.
So you had a radio, but you were not aware as to whether you were assigned 05, 03, or 02?
No, sir.
Again, let me go back to August 3rd. Were you at any time during August 3rd present at the Saipan International Airport, more particularly at the departure area, maybe seeing friends or family off who are leaving the island?
No, sir.
I'll yield for now, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Representative Sablan.
Mr. Chairman, a follow-up question, Commissioner. You earlier answered no to a question whether you would personally instruct, advise, order any of your officers to prevent the service of a legal penal summons. Can I ask why not?
If it's coming from the court, we'll do it.
Can you elaborate?
If it's the summon was coming from the court, yes, we will do that.
In your understanding, is it under NMI law? Are law enforcement officers mandated or required to serve and not prevent?
I'm not too sure whether we are mandated to serve or to assist, but if we get an order from the court saying that us as law enforcement officers to serve the documents, so that we should follow that order.
Okay, so just so we're clear, if a law enforcement officer is presented or made aware of a legal penal summons, that it is their obligation under the law. If they are in the right circumstances, as I've mentioned, being provided a copy, being asked to serve, that they are obligated under the law to carry out that service.
Representative, I would object because the
Ma'am,
witness...
can you relay your advice to the witness?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Can you advise the legal the witness to object?
As his legal counsel, I would object because he is being asked for a legal opinion.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. Can the legal counsel here be first recognized before she begins making any statement?
Chairman, let me withdraw the question. I think the good commissioner has made it perfectly clear that he personally, as the chief law, the commissioner of DPS, will not order or instruct any of his officers to obstruct or prevent the service of illegal summons, and that's for the record. Thank you. I withdraw.
Thank you. If there's no objection from the members, I may want to ask some questions. Thank you. First, Commissioner, we appreciate your coming up here and cooperating. My first question is, based on your testimony so far, we understand that you were not aware of the incident that took place on or about August 3rd to August 4th. At the time, you probably, like most of us, were aware later on when the news reports came out. So I guess my question first is, at that point when you knew the events that took place, that occurred, I think the reports that came out showed that there could have been a violation of law because as a law enforcement officer, you probably know that if a request for a penal summons is asked to be served and it is not served, that may be a violation of law. So once you understood what happened, what actions did you take to get to the bottom of things? Meaning, did you interview your subordinates to find out what exactly took place, or did you initiate some kind of investigation, whether it be internal investigation, to determine if in fact a violation had occurred? What were your actions after you found out the events that took place on or about August 3rd to August 4th relating to the police escort and to, you know, the non-issuance of the penal summons by DPS?
I confronted the officers that were involved with that incident, and they told me what happened.
Thank you, Commissioner. For the sake of, do you have that in any, did you get a written report from the officers?
Yes, they submitted a statement to my office.
Thank you, Commissioner. And because this body did request through the subpoena duces tecum that we be provided copies of any and all reports relating to this matter, were copies of those reports made available to this body?
At this time, I would like to state that I don't think that was specifically addressed in the subpoena, but I'll be happy to submit it to this committee this afternoon.
I think the subpoena duces tecum, and let me read it. It was the first request, was investigative/incident reports pertaining to DPS personnel and equipment utilized in an effort to allow former Attorney General Edward Buckingham to attempt to avoid the prevention of a penal summons on or about August 3rd. So if for some reason I'm not reading this clearly, we will allow for those reports to be submitted at the soonest possible time, since we are conducting the testimony today. If we can get it today, we would appreciate that.
Yes, they will be coming shortly.
Thank you, and thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Commissioner, once you knew about the incident and you did talk to your subordinates, did you try to determine or find out what prompted DPS to provide police escort for Mr. Buckingham? What was the need for an escort, if you will?
No, sir.
If I was the head of an agency and an incident which raised serious controversy, especially because it was put out through the media, and which alleges serious violation on behalf of my subordinates, law enforcement individuals, I would probably try to ask what prompted my staff to take such actions. Was that ever asked or ascertained?
Yes.
So you did ask?
Yes, sir.
And can I ask what the answer was?
The answer was that the instruction was coming down from the deputy commissioner.
Thank you. So the subordinates were acting under orders from the deputy commissioner, but because the deputy commissioner is also a subordinate, your deputy, and you are the commissioner, did you attempt to find out from your deputy what prompted him to issue those orders?
Sir, I would believe that is appropriate for him to come to these members and do his own testify.
I can appreciate that. All I'm asking is that whether you did ask the question to your subordinate, the deputy commissioner.
Yes, I did, sir.
Are you willing to go on record to say what the response was? We will be conducting our own interview, but that is going to come at a later time. I guess you are here and we're asking you what the answer was.
I would say it is fair for me and for the deputy to come before you guys and do his own testimony.
Thank you, Commissioner. I can appreciate that, but you know, we have been interviewing other witnesses, and although we may ask a witness a question, I think nothing prevents the committee to ask other witnesses the same question, perhaps to determine whether such facts can be verified. And I think that's why I'm posing the question now. And Commissioner, you may or you may not, you may choose not to answer the question if you do not wish to.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. My last question, Commissioner, is the use of DPS vehicles. It's no secret what police vehicles were used during the early morning hours of, August 4th, to either transport or to escort the former Attorney General. We have information from the news, and it also listed their license plates. Specifically, there were 3 vehicles, police marked vehicles. One was a vehicle with inscriptions that it was for human smuggling, and another was, or rather, human trafficking with license plate number 3945. A Nissan Frontier with license plate 3917. I believe that one, and another vehicle that I believe had boating safety inscripted on the vehicle. Are there any limitations as to the use of those? First question is, at least with the human trafficking vehicle and the boating safety vehicle, were those locally funded?
No, sir.
They were federally funded?
Yes, sir.
With federally funded vehicles, are there any limitations as to how those vehicles can or cannot be used? And if there are, can you please enlighten the members as to how they can or cannot be used?
Because the boating safety and the patrol uniform services were merged, and the schedule was because they were merged, so that's why they were assisting on that.
I see what you're. Let me see if I understand it. You guys you have limited number of vehicles, so you do use like boating safety for traffic operations, or?
Yes, sir.
I can understand that.